Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for the best real estate podcast online. It is time for Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live with Mike and Dave Elkins, presented by Elite Realty Group.
Here we go. Let's get the information going. Again, 3 steps, that's what we're going to give you today, to saving for your dream home. You'll want to pay attention to these. Make sure that you do these. Now, again, let's talk to them just a minute, because when we talk about savings, I just said this a minute ago, I don't know what you all find, but I find that it's a pretty hard thing to do to save.
It's very hard.
To save money. I'm the kind of person, if I got $1 in my pocket, it's probably going to get spent. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not just in my pocket, but it's in my bank account.
Yeah.
If
I know I can get it.
If I know I can get it, it's probably going to be spent. It's probably going to be spent. So we're going to
show of hands. A lot of people.
I'd say a lot of people are that same way. So we know, again, saving money is a hard thing to do, but it's a good thing to do. Yes. It's a good thing to do. Now, we're going to talk to you about this again today in talking about pertaining to your house, about saving for your dream home. Here's what we see that's out there, but here's why we're going to give you this information. In the mortgage industry today, in the banking industry, they've got these no money down loans. They've got 1.5% down, 3.5% down, so on and so forth. That you can literally buy a house with no money down. And we've told you that before here on the show. But it's still, I'm going to go on and say it's still a good idea.
Yes.
For you to save money when it's time for you to purchase your house,
right,
because it's going to do multiple things for you. We're going to give you the tips today as to why you want to, 3 again steps to saving that money for your dream home. But it's still a good idea, even if you can get a no money down loan. Would you agree it's still a good idea to save money?
Absolutely.
For that house purchase?
Absolutely.
Whether you're buying, again, upgrades for the house, whether you're putting that as a down payment, whether you're buying new carpets, floors, it's still a good idea to have money put back, save back, whether you get a 0 down loan or you put down payment money down.
Right.
It's still a good idea.
Well, like you said, there's several ways that can help you just by saving money alone. Again, I don't know, but every time I sell somebody a house, there's, they always go in and they always, I've said this before, they always see things that they want to change.
Sure.
So if you had $10,000 saved up, you can go in and there's your paint. If you don't want to use it as a down payment, now you've got money to go in and start painting, doing floors, buy new appliances, whatever you want. You've got some money there to go in and make those changes.
Absolutely.
Without having to go in and say, okay, I'm going to start putting on my credit card.
That's right.
And now I got another bill coming in.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. So again, good idea for you to save. It's a real good idea for you to save. So here's 3 steps to saving for your dream home. Here's step number 1, all right? And you may look at this and say, well, this ain't saving, but we're going to tell you how it is. Step number 1 is pay down your debt, all right? Pay the debt on whatever you already owe. Begin to pay that down. Yeah. Pay that down and clean up your credit. All right. That's the first steps you need to do when we're talking about saving for your dream home. Now, let's talk about paying down debt first. Your debt to income, there's this thing called debt to income ratio. All right, and when you go to get a mortgage companies, banks, financial institutions, they look at that debt to income ratio.
Major player.
It's a big time player. If you owe more, if you owe over a percentage, and I don't know off the top of my head.
They're all different, to be honest.
What that is. But again, if you owe too much, maybe you're not totally maxed out, but you owe too much, a percentage, you won't even be able to get a loan.
Right.
You won't even be able to get a loan. If it's too much, it raises your interest rates. It puts you in a higher, what they call, risk category that changes a lot of dynamics about your loan. So again, when you talk about saving for your dream home, one of the things you need to do is get the current debt that you have. You need to begin to get that down. Play the game with me. If you owe $100 on a car payment, all right, and you can somehow pay that debt down to where the car payment's gone, or a credit card bill, again, we've had a lot of things on here today about home improvement stores, your Lowe's card, your Home Depot card. You can get those payments begin to go down, and it may just save you $20 a month.
Right.
But $20 a month that you were paying on a Home Depot, Lowe's card, car loan, whatever, that's $20 that you saved.
And that's true, and that's that's that DTI coming down too.
Pulling that down.
Yeah, that way it's going to look good when you go get that loan.
Absolutely. So it begins to pull those debts down. It makes you look better as far as when you go to qualify for the mortgage, but you're also saving money.
Right.
Again, $20 is $20.
Right.
You know, you may look at it and say, well, I can't do a lot with $20. I guarantee you, if I gave you guys $20 right now and we changed this question and I said, I'm going to give you $20 in 30 minutes, go to a store and buy something that's an improvement for your home or that's something that you could use going forward in your home, I guarantee you we could spend that $20.
Oh, yeah.
So again, that is where you want to start at. Pay down your current debt, give you a little bit more money to work with that you can even begin to save.
Right.
But it also helps that credit score and get it in line for you. So that's step number one. What do you got for step number two?
Step number two is you got to separate your savings, so to say.
Right.
So basically, what you need to do is, if you want, I'm just telling you from me, okay? If you want to save money, the only way I've found out to do it, and a lot of people says the only way you can do it, is you're just going to have to take a set amount of money. You're going to have it direct deposited.
Absolutely.
Into another account that you don't have no cards to.
You can't get
no
to it
easy access.
Yeah.
I've got a bank in Knoxville.
Right.
I have no cards, no checks, no nothing.
Yes.
I've got a savings account.
Right.
So much goes to that savings account.
Yes.
Again, if you could get it in Florida, it would be better because sometimes it's like, okay,
it's so easy.
I know I've got it. I can drive to Knoxville.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
absolutely.
even at that. But that's the easiest thing I think to do but you got to separate and get it away from, because I think, again, at my bank, I've got a checking account and a savings account at my bank.
Right.
I never have anything in my savings account at my bank.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to separate.
Sure.
Just to make it easier so you don't get your hands on it.
Right. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper in that and tell you why, again, you want to separate and automate. Now, again, whether you use this as a true down payment or not is irrelevant at this point.
Right.
If you've got the money, you can use it for what? If you need it for a down payment, closing costs, home warranty, whatever. If you, again, separate and automate your savings, the money's there. But here, let's go a little further. You get this dream home, you get it on a zero money down, so on and so forth. You know, the closing costs are paid for you, whatever. But again, you're in it a year, you're in it 10 years, you're in it 15 years. Something happens and you know, with your job. Right. Something happens, you get sick, you're off work for a while. These are, again, reasons why you want to have this savings.
Right.
To where you're not getting that income that you want to have that.
Right.
But again, it's highly unlikely you will ever save for that dream home. Now, again, you may already have the dream home. You may be today living in your dream home. Right. You need to right now separate and automate some kind of savings for your dream house.
You know, one of the biggest.
Not that you got to buy another one.
Right. But you're talking about even like, I'm going to go out and say, take house out of it, but go out and have that emergency fund.
Yes.
You know, one of the number one reasons why people don't have a savings?
Go ahead.
Is because they take on too much of a mortgage debt.
I agree.
So they've got too high of a mortgage payment, so now we're paying all of our money towards our mortgage. When we talk about this today, we're house poor.
I know. Yeah, that's exactly right.
So
again, we're giving you 3 steps today for saving for your dream home. Again, these are good tips. First, pay down your debt. Get your credit in line. Step 2 is separate and automate your savings account. You will want to, again, get those in line. Step number 3 is, and the last one, I've got a commercial lined up. We'll go to a commercial break after this. Step number 3 is you want to downsize. All right, downsize in what you currently have.
Right.
If you can't save now, you need to downsize.
Exactly.
People won't tell you that. Don't get mad at me.
Right.
Downsize to upsize. Here's what I mean by that. Again, when looking at what your current situation is, can you get a less expensive car?
Right.
You know, can you not spend as much money at the department stores?
If you if you're renting and you're paying $1,200
there you go.
Rent, move to one that's $600
or $800 or $1,000.
Right, but if you can save $200,
think of that. Now, wait just a minute. I'm a math guy. $200 a month over 1 year.
Right.
12 months, $2,400.
$2,400.
Who can do something with $2,400?
Exactly.
Could $2,400 when you get your new home? Let's just say your payment's $800 a month on your mortgage. That $2,400 you saved by, again, crimping a little bit now, the $2,400 you saved could pay your mortgage for 3 months.
Exactly. Who pays $200 cable bills.
Absolutely.
Drop down to the basic package for $39 a month.
There you go. There's $150 more saved.
$150 more
you
dollars
look
a month.
at those things. That's exactly right. That's ways again. But you're downsizing to upsize.
You gotta have the big picture.
Yes.
Remember,
not just in the moment.
Yes.
We talked about that a few weeks ago.
Look future. Yeah, can't live for today. You gotta look future.
Yes. Don't just live in the moment. Look for out. So again, those are 3 tips that we wanted to give you today. 3 steps for saving for your dream home.
We thank each and every one of you for listening to today's podcast. Tune in for future episodes by subscribing to our channel and get the latest and greatest real estate information right here on Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by Elite Realty Group. Until next time, have a great and blessed day.